Despicable she. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Now, everyone on the right having conniptions over the Kamala honeymoon period needs to take a chill pill. Okay, I'm about sick of this. This is no time to collapse into a puddle of goo. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Do you not remember that this woman is so unserious that even at the start of an impeachment press conference, this was back in February 2020, she had to be shushed by Chuck Schumer?
Do you view it as at least a partial victory that you have a Republican like Lamar? Sorry. I'll start again.
I'll start again. I love that. The hand movement. Guys, you got to take a breath. For Kamala, it was feigned excitement from day one.
From the grassroots bottom up, we are here today to throw our support behind Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm clapping. You don't have to.
Oh, my God. He's like, I just shushed her. And 10 days later, they let Kamala speak off the cuff for the first time after the prisoner swap.
This is just an extraordinary testament to the importance of having a president who understands the power of diplomacy and understands the strength that rests in understanding the significance of diplomacy.
My Lord. No wonder she doesn't leave home without her teleprompter. The propaganda machine is working 24/7 to remake and reshape the way the country thinks about Kamala Harris. They want us to wipe from our collective consciousness that the Kamala Veep character we've gotten used to laughing at.
I'm going to share with you a very simple story, which is that I went home one day and I said, well, why are conservatives bad, Mommy? Because I thought we were supposed to conserve things. I couldn't reconcile it. Now I can.
Well, when left to her own devices, she kind of sounds like a very compelling candidate for, I don't know, sorority house manager.
Will also be able to expand their laptop loan program and update and upgrade campus Wi-Fi so that here at Benedict, when students are waiting for the Comet bus, they can open up their laptop and keep studying for their chemistry midterm.
But now that woman, who the White House staff ran from, that woman is Barack Obama in, what, a four-way stretch pantsuit?
I heard from some Democrats last night watching that rally who said there were shades of Obama. Obama 08, Obama 12.
The energy level, it is similar, if not equal to what I saw happening around then Senator Barack Obama.
But I haven't seen anything like this since 08.
This could be bigger than 08.
Oh, bigger than 08. Obama? Would Obama need 30 minutes in his SUV with his briefing book to prepare for this?
Sorry to keep you guys out in the heat. Okay.
She opens the book. Well, of course, they want to keep her from answering questions because her brilliance about topics like Ukraine, it's just too much for most mortals to digest.
I mean, listen, guys. We're talking about the potential for war in Europe. I mean, let's really take a moment to understand the significance of what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, that was a bad one. Yeah, now you get it. It's better for her to stay in her sweet spot as the hugger-in-chief. They want us to forget her penchant for making stuff up to make her personal biography more compelling, including a story about her marching in civil rights rallies with her mom.
My mother would tell a funny story about how, like, one day and I was fussing, and so I'm fussing and fussing. Then she would look down at me and, Kamala, what do you want? What do you want? And I looked back up at her and I said, freedom.
funny that Martin Luther King Jr. had once recounted a nearly identical narrative, but I'm sure that was just a weird coincidence. Look, when you don't really ever get vetted, when you get pushed along in your career, not for your talent, but because of connections, well, you can fake it for a while, but the truth always is going to come out. And here's the truth. Harris is nowhere close to being as politically adept as Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden, let alone in the same stratosphere as Obama. She can't hold a press conference or answer reporters' questions. She can't explain why their record is by any measure successful. She can't go into Michigan and explain how she's going to rescue the auto industry. She can't go into Pittsburgh to explain how she's going to save the steel industry. And we certainly know she cannot reassure a single world leader of her competence and understanding of geopolitical affairs. But she's had one recent significant meeting with a foreign leader, Netanyahu, and it was so bad that immediately after it, he ended up having his people go out and start leaking about how terrible she was. And then he returned home to order the obliteration of the leader of Hamas. They're acting as though we're going to, vote for miscongeniality here in the United States. The idea that Kamala is going to be responsible for the lives of hundreds of millions of Americans or commander-in-chief of hundreds of thousands of U.S. troops is beyond comprehension. She will make none of the big decisions. She's even worse than Biden because she's never really been vetted, and she has no experience. But she feels, and she laughs, and she hugs, and her instincts are that of kind of a loosey-goosey, loopy California liberal. I frankly wouldn't hire her as an Uber driver. She's hiding from the press now because she knows that the moment she steps out of line, the moment she makes a big mistake, heck, she could be next on the chopping block. Now, this, by the way, is why you have a vice president who can actually speak.
I want to ask you about the former president's comments yesterday to the National Association of Black Journalists, where he said that Vice President Harris is, quote, all of a sudden black. As a father of 3 biracial children, did those comments give you pause at all?
They don't give me pause at all. Look, all he said is that Kamala Harris is a chameleon. She goes to Georgia 2 days ago. She was raised in Canada. She puts on a fake Southern accent. It's totally reasonable to call out the fact that she pretends to be somebody different depending on the audience she's talking to.
Chameleon. How could Democrats actually believe that this woman could keep us safe? Well, remember, they are the same simpletons who actually believed in the Russia hoax, the Charlottesville both sides are good people hoax, the Jussie Smollett hoax, and yet they thought the truth was a hoax.
How did you feel when you saw the assassination attempt?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
The first thing that ran through my head is because we cannot believe this man ever, that it was somehow fake.
So you initially thought it was staged?
Yep.
Yes, as we all did.
Do you still believe that?
Yes. We don't know.
I'm not sure.
It's not impossible.
Of course, the Democratic base is enthusiastic about her now, but as these facts come out, and they are coming out, Democrats are going to realize that they're stuck with a candidate who's given the GOP a complete reel of clips to use in attack ads from now until November. If they'd been given an opportunity to actually vet her during a real primary, they certainly would have rejected her, just like they did back in 2019. Oops. And that's The Angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.